Greetings, mortals, and welcome to me being early, because I feel bad.
Okay, so look, we're not starting a meet. Why does my camera angle look so weird? Am I in a very different position? I guess I'm usually facing the other direction. Doesn't matter. Look, the Gachapocalypse continues. Okay, just it's fine. We're gonna stop talking about the Gacha games eventually, right? But for now, because of the fact that I do know that I'm going to be talking about them for a little bit at the start of stream, I'm starting 10 minutes early so that we I can talk about it and feel slightly less bad about it. Speaking of talking about it, I have reopened the Genshin game, and we're going to see for the first 10 minutes if I can get around the tutorial so that I can continue to, so that I can actually get access to any of the mechanics of this game so I have any idea how the game works, basically. Okay? It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So, for those unaware, this is my problem, okay? I have this thing where I'm supposed to press E to unleash an elemental skill. The issue is, it wants me to do that on this thing, which just kind of like popped up out of nowhere after I usurped the power of the native land and creatures. And it's just chilling. It's just vibing. It's just hanging out, doing nothing wrong. You can't see this. Damn it. Look, it doesn't exist. Now, of course, you can't actually pull any imagery from this game. Isn't this game entirely built on the back of fucking influencers? How is it not easy to grab this with fucking OBS? Isn't like the entire viral marketing campaign for this game like the game? What the hell is this? Okay, I have a bunch of random bullshit. Right, I have to click the plus button next to sources. Okay, there we go. It's not even showing up as a window. Okay, give me a second. We're gonna see. This is why we do this. This is why. Okay, so change you to borderless. Did that fix the thing? Did it even change? Did it even change? It seems like it's changed. Oh yeah, well the audio is getting pulled from my desktop audio. There's nothing that there's nothing that Genshin can do to fuck up my audio. Okay, like they can't mess with that. But in terms of display, there's all sorts of ways they can make it more difficult for me. Just act it all out. It's fine. Exactly. Unless I'm crazy and I just don't have my game capture up. I do. My game capture's up. But maybe it's not high enough. Maybe there's something else that is covering my game capture. That is theoretically possible. I don't think so. No, I can't put it up. All this stuff needs to be here. I can't put game capture this high. There's just too many random bullshit things. Man, I need to clean this shit up, actually. Right, don't worry about that. Hopefully we don't run into a problem there. Edit you. Window. It's not even showing up on the list. That's interesting. It's currently not showing up on the list. What the fuck did you people do? How, like... When I change the setting here, it doesn't even, like... require anything. What the hell are they doing? What did they do to make this game? I've never had this particular style of problem, and I've never had the ability to switch between resolutions without it doing anything. I think it's using. Oh my god! I think I know what it is. I've never tried to stream a game that has that really janky ass like. If you've ever played like an RPG Maker game, sometimes like the executable just doesn't have the ability to meaningfully interact with a modern computer's way of handling things. There was some like Shin Megami Tensei or MMO that had the same problem where it's like not even. I don't know how people capture this game. I actually do not know. Because so the thing that's going on right now for me that's interesting is when I'm clicking on the display mode and I'm switching it between resolutions, it doesn't have to reload the visual. So usually like you would have like a lag time. I did launch it before OBS. But that shouldn't matter. It should still be registering the thing. I will try. Where's my graphics? So we've got it in borderless now. We're gonna try. Like, there's weird stuff going on. Okay. The other thing is that I don't want to show it while it's doing the login. So we're gonna go to just camera because it's gonna tell you my username, which is apparently Google. When I load up the game, it says "Welcome Google." It's very strange. I don't know why. I have like a name that I've put into their system, and I don't know why it's calling me Google. But maybe I guess it's not talking to me. It's not talking to me. It's talking to Google. It's like it doesn't give a shit about me. It's like, okay, well, to the Chrome browser running on this computer, welcome. Here, let us share all of our data about this user. Which is happening, but is not probably why it's saying hello Google. This is not a drink. This is hair oil. That's not supposed to be the thing that I'm clicking on there. Okay, there we go. So we've reloaded it now that it's now started after OBS. And we'll see if OBS registers it now. It is very funny how much harder it is to grab visuals than it is to grab audio. We will be going back to the actual game that we're playing, by the way, but hey, we still got 2 more minutes of dicking around before we're even supposed to be doing something else. Yeah, that changed absolutely nothing. I don't know, like, how do influencers do this? How does an influencer stream this game? How to stream Genshin. That's so weird. Like, the suggestion people have is to set it to windowed and then set the screen cap and then set it to thinger. The issue is that setting it to windowed doesn't make it a real window. Going back to this game doesn't. You can barely tell that Genshin is a phone port. Yeah. Sure thing. You can barely tell this is a fucking phone port. Nothing works. Everything's cobbled together. Madness. I feel like OBS is In properties of Game Catcher, check anti-cheat compatibility hooking. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. And if we can't, then oh well. So if we go down to Game Capture, I already have anti-cheat compatibility hooking. Okay, well, we'll have to figure it out a different time because it's 9 o'clock, so it's time to actually get started with the appropriate things. I was not expecting to run into this problem. That's fine. We'll worry about it some other time. So, when last we left off, we were finishing up the hive. So we'll be finishing up the hive soon. Let's see here. I need to close this. We don't need you spying on everything that I'm doing. Let's see here. As if closing their launcher is going to stop them from spying on everything I'm doing. Imagine living in that world. Imagine living in a world where you could actually close the program that's on your computer. Yeah. Okay. So, we don't have a new update to do. We need to go to Twitch and we need to share the thing over on the thing. I see a lot of people indicating potential fixes. One of the potential fixes is literally running Genshin Impact as an administrator, which I'm not willing to do. I'm fairly sure that I already run OBS as an admin, but maybe not. I think that OBS is the kind of program that I just default having to do as admin, but maybe not. If I don't have OBS run as an admin, then that's a potential thing to potentially do as a workaround. But yeah, I don't know what nonsense they're up to, but they're up to some nonsense with their business. So that's not the right thing. I don't need to open Steam. I need to open this folder. We need to open this game, and then we can. Like, I have troubleshooting things that I can do, but the troubleshooting things that I can do require that I close the stream. I assume that there's a way that people are streaming this game, considering that it is it's literally an influencer game. Oh God, no! Why? The flush just activated as I loaded. The flush was not that close to activating before. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we needed to get up to 65% and run the fuck out of here, right? I'm actually going to see if I can figure out how this game actually works. I don't really understand this this area very well. I think I'm just going to run through here, and then we'll fight those in this corridor instead. Let's see where we can get to from here. Because if we can get... Okay, there's just a chest there. If we can get this door open and keep it open, that would be pretty convenient for us. Just ask random people how they're doing it. But yeah, I imagine that it's going to be some combination of admin privileges that are required because they're doing some weird, like, cobbled together madness in order to make it actually display on a computer. That would be my presumption. I'm not going back. Oh god, I'm gonna die to the flush system. Where's the water? Where's the water? Where's the water? Oh, there's no water in this. I'm gonna die. Okay, there's no water in that direction, so... And the flush sequence did not activate immediately this time, so I am just going to have to deal with the flush sequence activating at a completely random time period. Love that. Love that for me. Love that. There's no flush on this side either, actually. Oh, there's just one here. Okay. Ooh, that fireball's a problem. Shit. Oh, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. We missed that fire blast, which means that we have no, like, really big AoEs. There we go. We've got it. Fuck. Okay, we got the. Okay, it's closer than it needed to be. We know that there are some bosses in that room. We've got it. So... Shit. Okay, we took those out. Oh god. That's concern. I think that's gonna... Wait. Okay, they started moving. I can't move right now. Okay, we got them with a flame blast. Did that flush sequence complete? I guess it must have by now. I don't know which side still has enemies. I feel like I would have been over the threshold if I'd killed them all. No, protected is any time you hover over certain tiles, it says protected. I believe. Maybe not. See, it just says protected if I hover over this exact spot for some unknown reason. Yeah, it's like a weird interaction there. I don't think I want to do that room. I think I want to go upper left, maybe. The upper left has multiple bosses over here, but let's see if we can find a convenient place to move them to. Like, if we could put them in a nice enough spot... Like, we can open this door. This isn't a super great place to fight. Unfortunately, we do have a boss here. But this is a fairly decent location to fight in. There's a lot of just slightly curved doors and things like that. Pullers down. Can I get in the green? Yes, I can. Okay, we're on a safe tile. We save in the green. We save this. Okay. Also, that time the boss got stuck. Our goal is to ensure that that happens again. And I think there's another boss in that pack. We are hitting with Rock Blast, but only with Rock Blast, I think. That is an amazing curvature. I love this. Oh, did they die already? Are we done? Oh, we are hella done. Oh, I didn't notice the flush. Okay. Well, on the plus side, we didn't die. We got very lucky there. We're not saving again because we haven't cleared anything meaningful. Alright. I'm just gonna spam Rock Blast around this corner. And we will use other abilities if and only if enemies manage to approach us. Alright. That is pretty true. The range on that toilet. Oh, there is a boss in here. Oh god. Well, we might have just killed ourselves. Taking that off, and we're healing. I don't have a chance of survival here if I go forward. I don't think there's a thing behind me. Yeah, okay. So, the only way that we're going to survive a flush like that is if the, if we haven't procced our legendary, because on specifically Goose. So we could swap this off temporarily. I think I'm going to do that for right this moment because Goose is occasionally surviving. I'm actually wondering, I wonder if Mist Form... Flush doesn't cause physical damage, right? Because for a while there, I feel like Goose wasn't dying during the flush. And I'm wondering if it's because they had the Mist Form. Because if we can make it so that we survive the flush, we should be able to clear this in a very, like, slow, methodical way. Rather than I don't think that it does. I think that that style of damage doesn't have a damage type. I could be wrong. That's something that would be useful to ask one of the mod leads, like ask Malekith or someone like that about it, because I'm curious how that kind of damage is handled. Because I believe now that I think about it, that damage is typed, right? Because like I think you take less damage from drowning with water resistance. I think water resistance. Okay, the flush system just activated. We might just die here. We might live. We didn't die. We didn't die. So. Okay, we're above 65. Monsters are weak and can no longer resurrect. We have the potential to just leave. However, doing so might kill us. I shouldn't have just tried to leave. I shouldn't have just tried to leave. I'm not actually sure. In terms of the flush system, because I feel like sometimes people do or don't take damage. The damage is very variable. Goose took half as much damage there as they took the previous time, and I haven't really changed anything. I don't know. Like, to be perfectly honest, I simply do not know how it works. It's possible that it's using the old resistance system, because it's been like basically it was attached to resistance, but it was only attached to resistance in a weird, like, cobbled together fashion originally. Like, I really just do not know what the interaction there is. So, like, if it was attached to a similar system to the resistance system, in the sense that it was like using resists, but it was using them within its own calculation as opposed to like sending it through the normal damage formula, I could see a world where the reason I took so much less damage there is because I simply got a vanilla style resist. It's possible that the damage is just extremely variable. It's like there's so many possibilities in terms of explanation for why I just took half as much damage there. It targets the entire party. I think I've seen everybody get hit by it on some of these instances, but like some characters are just super frickin' tanky. So we might be able to get there. We got there. Doesn't matter, because if we get there to protect ourselves from the flush, there's just too many enemies nearby to protect against. I think we dive here first. I'm going to try... I think it's this corridor that's the place that's safe. We need to get an angle that gets this Devil King. I think I should be swapping you to Light Bolt, because Light Bolt I think doesn't cost me SP. We are going to Mistform because these do use physicals. Rock Blast missed the Devil King and did 100 plus damage to somebody else. Yeah, the reason that I was... This is not even particularly low. Okay, Rock Blast does so much more damage than Toxic Cloud, holy shit. So let's see if we die to the flush. Did we even take damage to the flush that time? Oh, was chat broken for a while? Uh-oh. What'd I miss? What did I miss?
We've done it.
Okay, we've taken out one boss. Okay, that's not gonna help. Okay. Now we don't have a lot of AoEs in play. Who do I pull if I just run straight? I guess I shouldn't just pull while I don't have... Okay, so we have the, of course, the actual enemies of the end of the hallway. I completely forgot about them. Okay. So we have the ability to leave, so we're gonna go do that. We're just gonna walk outside and save. Do I have a ton of reason to go outside and save, actually? I mean, I guess, yeah, might as well. Right, I now have all these doors open, and we can basically try to figure out how the hell this place works.
Let's get out of here.
So we're gonna leave. We're gonna come back. And we'll have 2 saves inside to play with. But yeah, I am curious how I'm supposed to deactivate the flush system without it coming back on.
Go.
Well, there's a thing that says it deactivates the flush system, but it also teleports you to the entrance and immediately re-enables the flush system. Like... Even if it doesn't say that the flush system has been re-enabled, it is. I don't actually know how it works. Well, telekinesis is still going to activate the trigger, right? Like, telekinesis doesn't stop a teleporter from teleporting it. Just teleport. It activates the teleporter from range instead. The trigger for the teleportation is the switch that turns off the flush system, not the not like the position that it's in. I could try it. It shouldn't work according to like the laws that the rules that the game typically follows regarding these things, but it's a convenient way to teleport me back to the entrance, so I guess I might as well. Okay. I have to hope that this works. And it just randomly didn't work, so GG. Yeah, the trap bearers, the bearer chests and things like that don't. Oh, right, there's a shadow in that room. I forgot about that. We haven't actually cleared this whole section, so. So we're gonna just walk out. Yeah, we might as well just walk out. Save the game. And what I'm thinking might be the solution here is when I walk back in, it activates the flush system again. So what if I went the wrong direction? Okay. We can just put it here. What if I did this? What if we set a beacon here? And then we go tag this switch. And I can't teleport from here because of those enemies there. Now, it doesn't say that it's been reactivated is the issue, but it has been. So the thing is that I don't know where... I don't know what triggers it to get reactivated. Is the issue. There's something that's... It might just be lying, right? It might be that it never gets actually deactivated. Like, it might just be resetting the timer on it, rather than actually deactivating the system. Welcome back. So we do need to clear that enemy if we're going to tinker with the flush system. So let's get that done now, rather than waiting on doing other stuff. We just need to figure out a nice, convenient place to do it. So we're gonna just pull the dodge. We're gonna go around this corner, and we can now see them on the map. Unfortunately, this is not a great door for our purposes. And they did go back inside. We have the ability to tag them with cassowary again, so we will. Okay, it did move again. I'm probably dead. Okay, it just double cast. You all saw it. You actually saw both impacts. I didn't even see the second spell animation, but it did do 2 separate attacks there. The first attack tagged Mina. The second attack tagged Raven, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy, but I believe that just happened. I believe it. I might have misread the thing, because... Do I have Prismatic Light on? No. I think that Prismatic Light is not going to help. Is not going to help us much with the thing. Basically, it's a matter of whether we spend a bunch of time not doing anything because we're out of mana, or not doing anything because we're missing. Which, you know, those are fairly similar scenarios. Don't mind the massive murdery engine in the other room. It's fine. Alright. I don't know how I'm going to kill this thing. Because its ability to one-shot... Man, if I had a dedicated party of 4 actual spellcasters, this would be a lot easier. The funny thing is that, like, I do feel like those characters are perfectly reasonable in terms of their single target damage output. Like, the thing that makes them a liability is the fact that they're so squishy. Like, a vampire is so much more squishy than a lich. It is ridiculous. Oh? Oh, I could use Wisp. That's a good point. It feels a little rude to use Wisps. Okay. Fucking nailed it. So, with that being the case, I can put down a beacon somewhere. Let's just put down a beacon right here. We'll set the beacon right here. We'll activate this switch. We'll actually just walk out the door and go save, since it was kind enough to put us at the door. And then the thing that I'm curious about is, if I save this and we walk inside and don't move, does it say it's activated? So Flush System says it's activated when we walk onto that tile. That's when it says it activates. We're going to recall to here. And in theory, we shouldn't have to deal with the flush system now. In theory. We do still have to deal with the engine, but that's fine. Wait, why are there so many enemies over there? Didn't we oh, we never cleared these. We didn't actually clear these on this file. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I've gotten the impression that it is finicky and that different people are going to have different things that they need to fix. There was like an anti-cheat compatibility mode that I already had active. So we'll see. We'll see. You know what's really sad? The sad thing is that I went into this run and I was intending to be as, like, just super cheesy, right? Like, I wasn't intending to run this, like, legit. I was intending to just do stupid bullshit that I normally can't do on my runs. And I just didn't do it. Like, what the hell is wrong with me? I could be using Wisps this entire run and just going crazy with it. And instead, I'm, like, dying and shit. I'm, like, having problems. Like, why am I having problems? I don't need to have any problems. I could just teleport to the pit. Why not? And then I could save the game. I can't save the game here. Why did I teleport here? Look, I can just teleport over to somewhere else. Look at this. I can just teleport to Mountain Ione. I can just do that. And then I can save. Did I come here for a reason? No, I just came here because I wanted to save and I'm lazy and I don't want to walk out the front door. But then I could just town portal back to where I just was. And the only reason I'm willing to do it is because it bypasses the flush system that it doesn't want me to stop. There's something wrong with me. Okay, this door still won't budge. I don't know how to open this. We haven't opened this? Oh, the door's closed? Nope. I just haven't opened it because this was a room that I cleared out from outside. We're hitting this switch. I don't know what all these switches do. We're not going to walk back to the entrance because we could just teleport there. But why would we teleport there when we could teleport to Castle Iron Fist instead? And then we could save the... Nope, we can't save the game here. Nope, 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 nope. Teleport somewhere that isn't in Might and Magic 6. Noted. We save the game here. We're just going to save in all of the different, random towns. Okay, so now we just teleport back to the Hive. Why is this closing now? This is closing because I hit that switch and it closed. Okay, so hitting that switch closed that. So it is a duplicate switch, but it's a duplicate switch that doesn't look like a duplicate switch. But generally speaking, doors don't... get unlocked by switches, they just fully open. I'm trying to remember if I can recall any switches that unlock a door, and I just don't know that I can think of any. Okay, so that did do that. Let's go over here. Oh, right. No, that's enemies on the other side of that. That's fine. Okay, that's a thinger. Let's go look and see if there's anything of interest down here. We're in the green, so we've presumably killed everybody down here. But that doesn't mean there aren't any switches. Nothing there. Nada. Just blowing up their meeting rooms. It's chill. It's all chill. And moving right along. Okay, I think did I hit this switch? No, apparently. Okay, that is probably the thing that opens up the thing I'm looking for. But it does look like the flush system is still deactivated. So I'm trying to clear out like this whole entryway. It looks like these are all dead. Okay, this door still won't budge. I'm wondering if this is clear. I wonder if the thing that I need is back here. We'll find out. We're gonna invis and go down here. We've cleared most of the dungeon now. I am curious, if I can walk far enough back, I might be able to just, like, go invis before I can. I can go invis before opening this door, which means that I can pick and choose how I want to handle this next room. Just walk in. Walking in aggro's all of these. There's a huge amount of enemies in that spot. I think I can just open this door going this way. So I think I maybe just fight these from the entrance, because the entrance gives me a lot of room for... Wait, this is a different place than I thought I was. Where the hell am I? Oh, this is a beautiful, beautiful position to fight from. Okay. Do I save? Look. No, we can't save next to any of the... Just keep beaconing to Evanmorn Island to save. Just think of the time savings in just teleporting to Evanmorn Island anytime I want to save. Teleporting to a different continent at a different time. It's a completely different time of, like, calendar time. We're like 100 years in the future or whatever. But I guess not really. I've always been kind of like amused at like the timelines for like media properties that like are ostensibly meant to like represent like entire like period, like multiple like major like periods in history, and it's all like taken place over the course of like 30 years. Like, looking at the timeline for Dungeons and Dragons is stupid. It is dumb. Like, I remember I was like, man, the D&D timeline is, like, I was talking to, like, a friend about it, like, the D&D timeline, it's gotta take place over the course of, like, a few centuries, right? I was like, oh no, it takes place over 30 years. It's like, wait, are you telling me that the entire system by which all magic in the universe works has restructured itself twice in the last 15 years? Canonically, yes. Okay. Oh, okay. The entire organizational structure of the planes have changed. Because, like, so the thing about D&D is that, like, D&D doesn't, like, retcon shit for the most part. For the most part, they just change it. It's like, okay, well, now it works differently because it's magic, and you can... And this, like, celestial event has happened that changed the way that magic works, right? Because some god got killed or whatever, right? And it's like... In D&D, but the thing is that they don't want to, like, stop using the human characters with human, like, lifespans. So they do these, like, cataclysmic changes, but it's like, okay, well, but it happened over the course of, like, 2 years. which is fine for like each individual like having the time of troubles be like, oh yeah, in this 15-minute period or 15-year period, all the gods died, right? And everything went to shit, right? Like everything went crazy because the thing that we derive all of our magic from, all of them started butchering each other, right, in the streets, which is basically what the Time of Troubles was. It's like, this makes perfect sense. You have this massive structural event. And then it's just very funny because it's like, okay, well, the next massive structural event like that happens 2 years later. It's like, wait. You can't do the Time of Troubles again 2 minutes after the Time of Troubles. You can't just keep redoing the Time of Troubles. Like, you can't have every Time of Troubles take place in 15 years and have, like, a robust, like, setting history, right? It's like if the Calamity campaign happened, like, 15 years ago in Exandria, which I am familiar with the Calamity campaign. I'm not massively familiar with the campaign setting. But, like, the campaign setting has, like, these massive historical events that happened, but, like, they happened in the past. You know.
Never seen one before.
Well, you know, I deserve for that to happen. One could say that one deserved that. And if the one they were referring to is me, and not Jumbofowl, who did not deserve it, then one would be correct in one's presumption. You know, I might actually, when that's done, I might take that out and replace it. Get the next load started. Because that's just towels. I can hang those up in like a quarter of a second. Normally what I do is like I'll start up a load of towels because it takes like 2 hours to do the towel settings. Then just leave it because it's like I just have to leave it at the washing machine for a couple hours until the end of stream. But I could actually just take it out once it finishes if I wanted to be crazy with it. Do I just want to save, actually? I think I do. I think I'm just going to go save. We're just gonna play this super casual, super easy. I do have to walk away because Lloyd's Beacon doesn't work when you're in the yellow on Law. So we do have to like go back to here, but we can just walk back to here. We can save the game. Just keep looking at this temple. We could even teleport back there, move our beacon to be in a more like appropriate location because it's currently like it's not where it needs to be. It needs to be near the like place that I'm going to eventually click on once I have all the obelisks, right?
Got it.
Wait, I thought there was a boss in that pack. Huh. Okay, well, I guess we're ready to loot the joint. Do I have the ability to get this place to 100%? Yeah, probably. There's probably enemies right here. Wait, how do I open this door? Interesting. Let's walk over here. This door is locked. Okay, there's a key to this door. Somewhere. Did I miss a switch somewhere? For this door? Or has leaving and entering the place. Yeah, that one has a key. I actually don't need to worry about the flush anymore, so that's excellent for us. We are going to start looting. We got an artifact two-handed axe. So we have two doors that I don't know which switch is open. There's a cute bird outside. What's happening? We got cute birds over here. It's a thing. Okay, this is one of the keys. So this is the sanctum key. There's the possibility that there's a switch in the hive sanctum area. Ooh, we got another artifact. It's interesting that it just said artifact instead of artifact and then an item type. I wonder what types of items count as artifacts and what types count as artifact such and such. Okay. Beacon back to here. Man, I'm so glad that we figured out a solution to the flush problem. That was not an excellent problem to have. But yeah, we are almost fully done. With Might Magic 6. There's no switches in here, right? Yeah, nothing in here. I wonder how I get in that room. We've had multiple treasure maps. Is this switch pressed? It's not. You know,
No room. I have
wonder,
too much. No
wonder if
room.
it's toggle. It's possible that you can't have the hatch open and that door open at the same time. And that's why you have two switches that seem to do the same thing, question mark. This is just a keg we can heal on. Okay. So, have we checked all of these corridors now? I think we've checked all of these corridors. I do need to grab that stuff. Let's telekinesis it so that I don't have to worry about triggering the flush system again. And then we can move on. I'm gonna save it in here because we have 2 saves left. We'll do this save now, and then we have another save available. This is open now, so that was the switch that I needed. Oh shit. I don't know why I thought that these were all dead. Just because it gave me the message. Just because it gave me the message saying that all enemies were dead didn't mean that the enemies were all dead. Imagine that. Okay, we've hit this switch, and this switch probably opens that other door. So let's go back and see what's in there. Because this is a very convoluted process if this is what it takes to open that door over there. Like for a door that's so early in the dungeon. It just. Is there anything special about this room? What? Does this random meeting room have a reason that it's opened by a switch at the very end of the dungeon? Other than trolling? You know, I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle with the elaborate trolls. But yeah, we can save whenever we want in here now. That is true. We can even save in the yellow for free. So we should be able to fairly easily plow through the end bit here. Just cast invis. And then, boop. Interestingly enough, we're still in the yellow. Okay, this drops us down to a new area. And how much HP do you have?
Ray.
Some other HP. Wait, do I have the thing? Okay. We have to track down the thing. It's in our inventory somewhere. We just need to find it. At least I think it is. I don't think I've gone back to my bookcase. There is this. So, no, here's the ritual. Okay, we got the Ritual of the Void in our inventory. I think that if you blow up the reactor without the thing, it does it immediately. Okay, the Demon Queen has, like, no HP. I wonder if I could kill the thing and then on the same frame cast Invis. No shot. Okay. Okay, I need to... Whoa, what? Why can't I do anything? That's interesting. It wasn't actually targeting a character. Don't know what happened there. We're going to swap you to this. We're going to swap you to... I'm actually going to swap you to... No, we'll swap you to Shrapnel. Shrapnel's a good choice for this. And we will... This isn't going to take that much, I don't think, to make happen, but it's just kind of like a crazy, chaotic situation. So I don't think I want to. I'm going to use this. It's more dangerous in some ways, but it's funnier, so we're going to use it. You know what? No, we're going to swap you to AoE as well. Okay, so yes, there's a weird thing that happens where sometimes it will deactivate all of my portraits, and then I have to manually reactivate a portrait before any buttons will do anything. Close. Okay, we're going to... I will swing. See. Yeah, I believe in vanilla what's happening is it also like completely heals you. See, you'll see that I went back up to full HP. It has this weird thing that it does, where it's basically like doing a full restore. I think it's basically equivalent to if it was casting. I don't need to do that. What am I doing? It's the equivalent of if it was casting Divine Intervention. Except it is basically doing like a rest or something, is my assumption. And because it's doing a rest, it's basically stripping you of your buffs because as in the same way that it would if you rested, right? You might have it this attempt. Okay. So, nobody's moving at the moment, except for that person. Some people moved when I turned. That was kind of weird. But yeah, still strange to have the... You've got to be kidding me. I was slightly too late on that. Ugh, that's rough. It just took a melee... Wait, that was a melee swing. Oh, that makes it so much worse. It was a melee swing on my vampire. I could have completely negated that with having my buffs active. Okay. They're too far away for Spirit Lash. Spirit Lash is extremely short range. This wall is too large, I think, to get a Spirit Lash off on them. You would see me hitting them with Immolation if I could hit them with Spirit Lash. What I needed to do was just move a little bit faster there. So we can save this now. We actually could have saved it just now as well. I'm now realizing that. Oop. Wasn't paying enough attention. With the body. I believe that's a wrap for the reactor. Is that a chest? I guess it isn't anything. Guess it's not anything. Alright, there we go. You know what would be really funny is if you killed the if you killed the reactors that get summoned as a bounty, and that led to, if you didn't have the Ritual of the Void active, it would just blow up the world. We don't need to listen to Nikolai. It's fine. Let's see. So we've cleared 6. 6 is now finished. We've saved the world the one time. We have 5 levels, and we have 2 levels of bolster to play with in 7 now. So we can save this under caster save, and we can start looking at what shinies we picked up. Do we want to do it here? Nah, we'll head over to 7 to do it. That's not 7. Wait, did this get moved? Isn't this supposed to be... Does this usually get desynced from the center of the pedestal, depending on what angle you're looking at it from? 8 is not completed yet, no. We've completed the exterior area of the final zone, and there's like 5 zones left. There's like 5 dungeons left to finish. But Might and Magic 7 is the one that has the highest bolster right now. So we are heading to the stores, and the people are not killing us, which is great.
Need a new weapon?
So, you know, that is just how it be. That's how it be. What, you think cops want you to save the world? Most believable part of the game.
This item's weak. We don't need it.
Most believable
We don't need it.
part. Okay, we do have that statue, which we should probably deliver. We don't have all 3, but we found 2 of them. Let's see. Wait, where's the third? Shouldn't we have found the third statue by now? Wait, did we find... Oh, wait, we actually have found all 3, haven't we? Have we? We might have found all 3. Maybe we go deliver the last one or second to last one, whichever it actually is. Maybe that's what we should do.
Thanks.
Can't learn it.
I can't learn that.
I can't learn that.
Okay.
I can't learn that.
I can't learn that.
Can't learn that.
See anything you want?
Jump.
Okay.
Jump. This item's weak. This item's weak. We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. This item's weak. This item's weak. We don't need it. We don't need it. This item is weak. We don't need it. This item's weak. We don't need it. This item's weak.
Jump. 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 Thanks a lot.
I can't learn that.
Okay. So, we're going to pop over here. And we are going to
Can I
click
help
on
you with
this,
anything?
sell this,
Jump.
sell this, sell all of the Demon Eye Core we definitely do not need. You'd think that at this point, considering the devils are thought to be extinct, the Devil Eye Core would be a bit more expensive and valuable as a resource. Considering it's a fairly powerful reagent, and it's impossible to get more of it right now. They're not technically extinct at this point, but they're pretty close.
Jump.
I'm gonna hold on to this.
Jump.
Okay. Explosion, I don't need.
We don't need it. This item's weak. We don't need it.
Okay, we have scouring pearls.
Thanks. Come again.
Though I suppose that if you're thinking about it, like, who would we be interacting with that would actually be able to realistically identify Devil Eye Core for what it is in the Might and Magic 7 universe?
No, I have too much.
Like, I guess... Actually, no, that's not true. That's not even a fair thing to say
I have
because
too
of
much.
the fact that the entire plot surrounds a bunch of, like, extra extraplanetary visitors, so it's like they would definitely know what they're dealing with. They meaning those particular people. So we have direct interactions with a lot of people who could potentially be like, wait, you have Devil Eye Core? Shit. We could do all sorts of stuff with that. Let's see here. So we need to deliver this to Avli or to Talia. Let's go to Erathia. Let's see if this is a thing we can turn in now. We're going to pop over... Because I don't actually remember. We might have found the 3 statuettes already. I know that we found the knight that I think we put in Avli. So... I don't think we've done the one in Bracada, though. So, if there's one that still needs to be done here, and I don't remember where the pedestal actually... Yes, I do. They're in shrines. They're not actually little pedestals like the other one. The shrine is down here, I think. Unless this is an actual shrine. Okay, we actually can just reload this. We have this quest done. We just need to go to Bracada. And that means that we can actually TP to Celeste. Let's see. Little trapdoor at the top there is kind of interesting. Okay. So, this is a shrine that we are putting the statue. There we go. So, we are returning to who? To area. I honestly do not have any recollection of who we're supposed to deliver this to. Is this person near the bounty hunter person? Speaking of which, did we even take the bounty hunter thing? I don't think we took the bounty hunter quest.
Practice makes perfect.
Guess we should probably have done that. We should probably do that now. Okay. So, that's done. 7 is still the highest bolster. Okay, I've already collected more than this. How's it feel? All that killing. You qualify. You definitely qualify. Not disturbing at all. So with those both cleared, GM bot. Didn't we get that already? We already got that. We did in fact get that. We got that right before we headed for Paradise Valley. Okay. Because in Might Magic 6, the Mastery and Grand Mastery person are the same person. So, Jason Traveler gets the job done. Who is also one of the only people that I actually know the name of. I could not tell you the name of almost any of the trainers in any of the games. But, despite the fact that, like, as a kid, I never actually did it. I think it's because he has, like, a very distinctive look, and he has a very distinctive name, because his name's Traveler. And I guess because every time I'm looking for someone else, I find him. When I'm looking for someone outside the city, because he's in the first thing leading out. I just don't know. Let's go train in Celeste. We don't need to train in the other place. We can train up here. And then we can head over to the place.
Best training in the brilliant. 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 Brilliant.
Do we have some people with desync EXP? We do. Why is their EXP desynced? Their EXP is desynced by a lot for some unknown reason. Oh, that's true. The temper, like Ashen Temper and something or other. Yeah. There is the Temper people. I remember what the unarmed trainers look like, but I don't know that I can tell you their names. I might recall them if... Okay, so I guess we're just going to Land of the Giants now. Pop to Nyone. But yeah, the one advantage of going dark side is that you get to become a warlock, and becoming a warlock means getting a fucking familiar. And getting a familiar means that you get a baby dragon. And that's really cute. Now, do you have to murder every dragon in the world and then steal the egg? Yes, but we can ignore the extreme evils that you perpetrate along the way to getting that that dragon. We're actually going to do something a little bit strange, which is we're going to walk right over here. We're going to put down a beacon, and we are in fact going to go buy food. Yes. Hey, Toja Cat. I have not Bakushined. I have Rudolph though. Actually, I did race against Bakushin, which is it's very unfortunate. She has worse stats than the person that I've been racing against her with, but I'm not actually going to be able to beat her for some reason. Whatever skill set she has in the Masters thing, she is just kicking my ass, and I haven't beaten her yet. So I'm going to lose out in those 10 things. My Bakushin could beat her, but I can't race her with my own Bakushin, so my Halo only has like 900 speed. And 900 speed is apparently not faster than 700 speed. I don't fucking know. Look, I don't make the rules. In this case, I actually don't. I have higher power, speed, mood, everything, and I'm just getting crushed every single time. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? What the hell is happening? Wits, I have a higher everything. Food. I'm not looking for a trainer. I'm looking for food. That's what I'm looking for.
Welcome, Fred. Frog leg soup coming right up.
But yeah, the funny thing is that I actually have obtained other characters that that have gotten up to 3 stars now. So I now have the ability to potentially stop using Symboli Rudolph and switch to someone else to do the thing, which I probably should check if anybody else has better compatibility.
What's next?
So it is kind of rude. Not what the enemies are doing, but like what I'm doing. This is like... This is bullying. This is very much an Are We the Baddies moment. So that's a regenerating Empress. Okay, we are at the limit of where we can go to. We are going to have to dodge a bunch of attacks from this Empress if we're going to survive, I think. Okay, weird. Kind of in the middle of a 1v1 here. Okay, take that one out. She has a tendency to be attacking. That's very funny. That seems very real. And it's even a thing you can make work in this. Like, it's not completely crazy to try to do that, because you do have attacks that can, like, attack around corners and shit like that. Okay. It's like, how'd she stone me? I wasn't even looking. That's rude. It really is. Oh shit. It's almost as rude as them making me race against Bakshin, actually. It's almost that level of rude. Let me bring my own Bakshin. The only counter. It is. Why is the world just so rude? Look at me not going around the corner when I hear the attack coming out. That is probably true. But it's very funny because I do have like an answer to any type of race that they could bring against me. Like I have like an Agnes Tachyon with like 1168 speed and perfectly fine everything else. Like I have but she can't do a mile. She can only do longer races, and I have a Bakshin for the shorter races. You telling me the third race happened to be one of the two racers that I can't have it be? When there's like at least, 12 that they could have chosen from? What are the odds of that? What are the odds? It's super incredibly unlikely, I say, as I know for a fact that the odds are not actually that bad if chosen completely randomly. And are in fact really good, especially when you consider that it seems to be cycling through all of the short distance runners, so the probability it gets to the short distance runner I have is guaranteed. So for those who are not in the loop, basically there's a race, there's like an optional legendary race going on right now that you can get like extra resources in for doing well, and you want to, over the course of 3 days, which is like 9 attempts, you want to get at least one victory against them so that you can get like an extra reward. It's not a huge like percentage of the total rewards, right? But it's like, given how rare the materials are, it's like getting an extra, like, let's see, we have 9 times 7-ish, so like it's probably an extra like 20% on average compared to just getting second place every time, which you're not. You're going to random into getting lower than second place, but the so the that's what we're talking about. Is basically you're racing against one of the characters, and if you can't race against a character with that same character, so I've been locked out of the racer that could beat the Bakshin. Like my Bakshin could crush their Bakshin. That Bakshin ain't got shit. They ain't got shit. But I actually don't know how that Bakshin keeps beating my Halo. My Halo is so much stronger than their Bakshin and is losing, and I don't get why. It's got to be that I just don't have very great skills on that Halo. I seem to recall Halo having a pretty garbage ult as well. Like I don't know that during the campaign I ever saw it pop. Let's see. Nice. I love how it's a U. I actually don't understand how you get higher scenario rank. The scenario rank thing is very strange because, like, the runs that I'm getting, like, basically the runs where I'm getting the most insane shit happening are not that crazy in terms of like my scenario rank. Like, I think that the Agnes Tachyon that I have, where she won every single race and got like 1200 speed and 600 and everything else, I think that barely beat the A mark. And like, I have a bunch of things that have gotten to A where I'm like, this has neither the stats nor the race record of that Agnes. Agnes won every race. She won like I don't know, like I think she won like 17 out of 18 races or something like that. She just went fucking crazy. Yeah, you never get a 3-star spark on a good run. You're gonna get a 3-star spark on some mediocre run because there's no extra like chance just because you got a really good run. I guess there's you're doubling the chance on one stat if you're not consistently getting that stat above 1100, and you get it over 1100 for like one run. But like doubling the chance on one stat that's not that much. You know, going from 1% to 2% is not a super strong showing. The Gachapocalypse arc just continues indefinitely. I do think that I am going to finish my Rudolph at the very least before I do the thing. I actually had a really funny run this morning where I actually got a absolute garbage run, and it was like it went very badly. I think it went badly enough that either stamina or power wasn't above 600. Like it was bad, and I also lost a shit ton of races. So the race schedule that I have on my Rudolph run is basically like I do every mile except the ones that'll take me above like 3 races in a row, and I do every medium usually, right? And this morning I skipped the mediums that give you guts if they proc because I just didn't care, and I also was just generally lazy, and also got bad luck and just got crushed in every race, and it was very crushed, meaning I got like second or third in every race, which means you don't get the spark. You can't get the spark on second or third. You have to get first. And so she had like a race record of like 10 wins or something stupid like that, and I got like 4 or 5 race sparks on her. It was the highest number of race sparks I've ever seen. I've never seen this many white sparks at once on a garbage run. And she got 1-star guts. It was fucking hilarious. It's like it was a really, really lucky run in exactly one direction. It was very funny. So basically, every race that you win outright, you have to get first place. Every race that you win, you have a 1 in 5 chance, I believe, at least baseline, of getting a spark for that race. That basically has the ability to proc and give additional stats to descendants. So because it's a 1 in 5 chance, and you're going to be running somewhere between like 10 and 20 races, it's like basically being incredibly aggressive is doubling the number of races that you get, but you're still only increasing the max, like the number that you're expected to get by like 1 or 2 of these sparks. And I have historically not gotten super great luck when it comes to the race sparks. None of my 3 stars have like any reasonable amount of the race sparks. But I also, the other thing to bear in mind is that I didn't do any grinding to get those 3 sparks, really. Like, I just basically started the process and instantly got 2 3 stars. So my the bulk of my characters are all like just, I wanted to clear the career on everybody, so I've cleared the career on this character now. I still can't believe my Agnes is as insane as she is. I'm never going to get an Agnes anywhere near as crazy as the Agnes that I already have. I don't know what the hell happened. The first time I go into the Mad Scientist run, it's just like, okay, well, here, have more stats than you'll ever have ever again on any character. She's so... You know what? Maybe I should just I should just copy whatever supports I had on her, because clearly they have a chance to give me incredibly insane results. She might... I think she had over 600 stamina, so, I mean, it's good enough. It's not, though, because I need it to be 600 every time. I don't need to random once into 600 or another, you know? Okay, we need to kill the Medusas. We got swapped by a boss. It's fun. Normally I would be like, oh shit, and then in this instance I'm just like, oh, okay. That's fine. How did I live through that? Like, there was a bit of like a delay there in terms of my emotional response because my head was in a different place, and I'm like, oh, okay, I've been swapped. I'm probably dead because I'm in the middle of the pack, and then everything just fucking died. It not only did it result... The really fun... Everything in here... Nothing in here can hurt Goose if I have this cast. I just didn't cast it. Goose is completely immune to every attack in this dungeon. Goose could solo this dungeon. Like, just 100%, no questions asked, right? Everything is physical damage. But... I didn't even have my buff cast to make that happen. Ridiculous. But, you know, like... They don't have ranged attacks, and if they get within line of sight of me, they die instantly, so... And it's not a super jam-packed dungeon. I do think that enemies that are supposed to be, like, really strong... like, dungeons like this, I think, fare worse in Merge, because of the fact that the bolster doesn't really... It doesn't maintain how much tougher these enemies are relative to the low-level enemies. Like, the template for these... they're just, like, a little bit, you know, tougher, right? And it's like, well, these are generally massively more powerful. Like, these take so long to kill in vanilla, usually. But... Oh, wow. Oh, I'm happy I came this way. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Oh, that's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. Can't even move. Can't even move. Like, that's about what I would expect from one of these in vanilla by the time I got here. Though maybe not. I might be blowing smoke up their ass. These might be a little bit more manageable and vanilla than I'm giving them credit for. But like numerical superiority in bolster matters more rather than the baseline power of these enemies. So because there really aren't that many of them. Okay. There we go. So we're just gonna walk up north. Clear out these. They're approaching me, but not in targeting range. It is funny coming here after having just dealt with the Devil Stronghold. Because, like, think about how many fewer enemies are in these, like, packs compared to Devil the Hive. I see you. Oh, this is an actual pathway. I had actually forgotten that this was a path. Okay, we do have a swift Medusa here, which is a little concerning. She's toast. With her down, we should have a reasonably easy time bringing down the rest. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Oh no, I have the Bakshin song in my head. That's not an optimal song to get stuck in your head. Bakshin, 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 Bakshin. At first I thought she was saying Bakshin Des. But she's actually saying Bakshin Shin, I think. Maybe she said Bakshin Des at one point and Bakshin Shin at a different point. But I think I think the only lyrics are Bakshin and components of Bakshin. It's catchy. It's catchy. My guild is actually called Bakshin, so the people in the guild just keep like putting that song on repeat on the whatchamacallit. What is that thing called? It's not a radio. The thing at a diner that plays music. Bakshin would be proud. That's true. You know who would be more proud? The Jukebox, that's the word. I can't believe I lost the word jukebox for a bit there. I guess I can believe it. How often do you have to use the word jukebox in 2025, right? I am not spending a lot of time in cafes and jukeboxes anymore. But the
It is down.
whatchamacallit? Oh God, what's her name? Marzensky. Marzensky is the one who would really be very proud of you for getting your driver's test finished.
We've done it.
Indeed. Yeah, the politics of racehorses is really wild. I think that Marzensky was like a horse that was like bred in some other country, and so she just wasn't allowed. Or, I actually don't know whether the horse was male or female, but they were not allowed to race Marzensky in most of like the actual like important races. So, like, the entire, like, storyline for Marzensky is basically fan fiction where she was actually allowed to be in any races. There's, like, the dynamics of how they choose what races the horses go into. I thought it was just, like, oh, these are, like, races that they famously were in during the course of their lives. It's like, oh no, it's actually way more complicated than that. Some of it is like, oh, well, what if they actually, you know, were in this race that people famously wanted them to be in, but they couldn't be in because they broke their leg or something, and da 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 da. Like, there's like a whole, like, it's like a whole, like, fan fiction of racehorse history. It's like even more nerdy than it would be otherwise, right? It's nerdy enough to have like, oh, okay, well here's like a horse game, and we named all these after real horses, and also they follow the trajectories of their actual career paths. And then it's like, oh, but also we added in like a bunch of like fan fiction of how it would go if they had been allowed to race in the Tokyo Derby back in, you know, 1972 when they weren't allowed in because of, you know, blah 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 blah, or because they broke their leg, or because of this or that. It's all very silly. And delightfully so. How are we doing? We now have this section done. So we need to leave here. We might as well just put a beacon down here, right? We have a beacon in Thunderfist. We'll put a beacon here instead, and we will go back to Harmondale to get to my Magic 8. What time is it? It is a little after midnight. We're going to go back to Nyone, and we're going to sell. Let's see. That's not attacking me, it's attacking a peasant, and they will not kill it, so we're fine. I'm going to do caster
I
save.
hope you like our selection.
This is an armor smith. Is it more junk than what I've got, though? Because I don't think I even have a legendary. I have some random garbage.
We don't need it. This item's weak.
Leave it. Worthless. Leave it.
Okay, we don't need that.
Worthless. Leave it. Worthless.
This item is weak. This item is weak. This item is weak. We don't need it. It's probably okay.
Oh, we got another copy of this. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know if we still need it, but I think we do. I think we still need that on some people. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. I think I have it on the people who it's most generically important to have it on, but it would be nice to have it on some of the characters who are usually using AoEs, but who also have useful single target. So I think it's much less important for Raven, because Raven's single target attack has a very slow movement speed, which makes it a bad choice for reset, right? Because the movement speed of the projectile is going to just increase the delay between the target being between the spell being cast and the target dying. So as a priority, I should focus on getting that on Mina if Mina doesn't already have it. Man, we got really lucky really early on with our gear, and it's pretty cool. Like, I haven't found the I haven't found more daggers and shit like that in a billion years. But it kind of just doesn't matter that much because I already have a pretty decent setup.
I hope you like our selection.
I hope you like our selection.
We don't need it. This item is weak. We don't need it. This item is weak. We don't need it. We don't need it.
So how bad is my current?
This item is. We don't need it.
Thank you.
We don't, right? Correct. Let's find the magic sellers. Are they over here? They're up here. Okay. And we don't have additional enemies to deal with over here, so we can just pop over
Our
here.
enchantments are second to none.
Second to none.
This item is weak.
Leave it. Worthless.
Oh, jeez.
Worthless.
A lot of points on it. Let's see.
We don't need it.
You know, I didn't check
This item is weak.
if Silksong released today.
We don't need it.
There was a YouTube short saying that it might release today, so that sounds pretty Now, I don't know what the YouTube short actually said in the short. All I know is what the thumbnail said when I skipped by it because I wasn't going to watch something like that. Look, I make Silksong jokes. I will certainly Silksong joke, but I am not a shall we say connoisseur of the silk posting phenomenon. I'm just aware of it. I am adjacent to silk posting. I could do that, or I could map, or we could just finish the game like we're supposed to, right? We could finish the actual game that we're meant to be playing. Okay, we have finished here, and I guess we're going to 8, right? Is there any 8 that we have? We don't have anything in 8. It's unacceptable. Let's see. What's next on our agenda? Yeah, I might have an easier time if I was... No, I guess it doesn't matter that much. I'm looking forward to finishing my Symboli Rudolph runs. I'm looking forward to, like, moving on to, like, anyone else. Because I feel like once I finish a Symboli Rudolph run where I have, like, 18 wins out of, like, 20 races, and finally get my 3-star, and I'm just, like, imagining the compatibility that she will have with every other horse, because she's, like, raced every mile and every medium and every long in the goddamn game. Like, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be glorious. The compatibility is gonna be through the roof, and it'll be a good time. So let's release all of these elemental lords, shall we? We have a water prison here, so we'll release, like, the Fire Lord or whoever the hell is in here.
It's locked.
Oh, never mind. We can't do this yet. We have to get... Okay, never mind. We have to go complete the last dungeon. Hey, it's a hat. Look at that. Okay. Why is Eschaton's palace inside of a helmet? Oh, right! You actually have ranged attacks. I forgot. Okay, so the behemoths in Might and Magic 8 have ranged attacks. GG. Okay, we're 11% of the way done. So we're going to press this switch. I actually don't remember if I'm going to be, like, shooting myself in the foot by hitting every switch. I'm hoping that just hitting switches is just good for me, because if it isn't, then I'm going to be a little sad. But yeah, this place is just full of switches and doors. And it has a bunch of, like, secret doors as well. So we can't actually open this secret door. We can open this one. It's interesting because it usually doesn't show you, like, the other side of a secret door. Wow, okay, just dropping artifacts and relics all day. Okay, do we... Yeah, we do. Of course we do. Why wouldn't we? Okay.
Ready to view.
Ooh, wow, that's actually a lot of damage.
Who's next?
Are you not entertained?
Okay.
It's so mean. The cast, like, the caster run is just so mean. It's so mean. It's just like, okay, well, we're not even, like, we can't even see you. And that's fine. Oh, we don't have line of sight to you. We don't even have, like, an indirect line of sight by shooting through a window. No, we just are close enough to you that we can kill you through a wall. You know what? It's one of the things that I really appreciate about the build that I made, and I'm very happy with how it played out, is that we have the two characters who are, like, objectively less able to, like, really contribute to a lot of situations, And those two characters are the ones that have the cheesiest fucking spell in existence. Like, the most ridiculous cheese is done by those two, right? And it's not super common that we get to use it, but when we do, it is absolutely beautiful. Oh, interesting. Oh, this door's open. When did that happen? Oh, babe. Oh my god, we're in the grain. Oh, man, this game. This game. That's delightful. Huh, what happened in here? That's weird. Loving it. Okay, we are going to just walk through here. Oh, there's nobody in here? Alright. You know, I am actually just going to loot the place as I go. I am actually going to loot the chests,
There isn't
even.
any room.
Roll for horseshoe. Roll for horseshoe
isn't
in
any
this
room.
economy? Why would we need to roll? We know that it's going to be Symboli Rudolph. I'm not switching off of Symboli Rudolph for so long. That did not actually make sense because horseshoes are a mechanic, but that's not really how they're used. Let's see. Random 5. You visit often. Well, it gave me a 3 again, so I guess we're doing Cassoware. You know what? We also have. Let's see. Oh, well, happy birthday. Everyone knows what matters is whether it's your birthday where the streamer is. That's the important bit. I actually really enjoy wishing people happy birthday from the future. I live like at least 12 hours ahead of most people that like I grew up with. So it is quite delightful to be able to be like, okay, well, you know, your birthday's looking pretty good so far. Like, I'm like scouting ahead to how it's going. It seems pretty chill so far. Weather's good. You have you know, nothing but good things ahead as far as I can tell. Just as a heads up. And which holds true today as well, you know? It's a pretty good day. The weather's pretty good. We had a cute bird. There was a cute bird outside, so you have that to look forward to. There's presumably going to be a... That's the convenient thing. Not only do I live in a tropical country, I live in a tropical country that is not subject to hurricanes or typhoons. Typhoons don't hit Singapore. So, because typhoons and tsunamis and a bunch of other things, but tsunamis aren't really a weather phenomenon. But since typhoons don't hit Singapore, the one thing that you associate as bad weather with tropical countries just doesn't apply here. It is actually hacks. It truly is. So a lot of it comes down to like the specific ways that the boundaries were drawn, right? Because like what is a nation is like an arbitrary set of boundaries, right? Like it's completely arbitrarily created. So we could have been part of Malaysia, we could have been part of Indonesia, in which case our country would get hit by this shit. I don't think most of Malaysia, I don't think gets hit by this stuff either, but I think parts of it do. Like, I think northern Malaysia is at the very least subject to tsunamis in theory. But, like, we're right next to a lot of really nasty shit that could happen to us, but we're completely, like, blocked in by Indonesia. Like, Indonesia as a landmass blocks us from... and Malaysia, right, blocks us from the possibility of running into most of the kinds of bad weather that other people have. I think that it's possible for typhoons to basically adjust with climate change. There's a possibility that like the weather patterns change in such a way that we still get hit. Because you can get hit by a hurricane pretty far inland, right? Like hurricanes are not exclusively right on the coast, so like I feel like it's possible for the weather to change in such a way that happens. But yeah, we have the weather here is sometimes it rains.
No room. No room.
Now, admittedly, sometimes it rains an awful lot. An awful lot. The infrastructure of most countries could not handle the degree of rainfall that you get in Singapore. So, Singapore's rainfall is so heavy that it would like a normal wet season would flood most countries. Like most countries, like most cities could not handle the kind of rainfall that we get on the regular. Just kind of like as a matter of course. But with that being said, Singapore has incredibly OP infrastructure, so like it's fine. There's a little bit of flooding periodically, but most of Singapore's malls, like the bulk of their stuff is underground, which is insane given the amount of water that hits this fucking country. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they're underwater. That they're underground. It just fully doesn't matter because it's like, okay, well, yeah, sure, we're at ocean level. And yes, we get like 6 feet of rainfall in a day sometimes or whatever. That's not actually how much rainfall we get. But sure, we get like absolutely insane weather. However, it doesn't matter because the drainage systems are crazy. It's very fun to see in action. So like there are the like drainage systems are such a cool thing to see work. Because, like, you basically have just, like, large concrete structures that are just like, okay, this is, like, a tiny trickle of water goes through the very bottom of this. And then after periods of, like, really intense rainfall, you have, like, a river. Just, like... okay, this is 30 feet deep and rushing fast and like 50 feet wide or something. And it's like, where the hell did this water come from? I guess it just came from the sky, right? Like, that's crazy. The degree to which water do be falling from the sky is true madness. Because when you think about big rivers, right, you think of them as the water having come from a continent's worth of waterfall, right, like over a huge area. And then you have these like spontaneous rivers that happen because of one day of rainfall. Not one, that's not true. Like a week of rainfall generates a river and is like, what the fuck is happening here? This is crazy. It's so cool. It's so cool. And the only reason it's so cool is because we have the infrastructure to make it not terrifying. Right? That like we are very, very lucky to have that kind of infrastructure. lucky is not the correct word, because the reason that we have it is because of the decisions made by the people who have the power to make those decisions. But, like, I can't vote. I'm just lucky. Like, it's not like I voted for them. I'm not a citizen. I'm just a BR. Jesus Christ, how many artifacts and relics are in this dungeon? Like, the loot density in MM8 is high. The artifact density in this dungeon is insane. I found at least 4. I think I might have found 5 already. Crazy stuff. So, interesting note is that I can actually ignore the bolster level in Might and Magic 6 now. I can ignore the bolster level there completely because we don't have any dungeons left to do in 6. 6 is simply done. So there's just nothing... We don't have to care about what the bolster level is there. Let's insert. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Sorry, I got distracted by thinking of the term skill issue and using it in context of my life. It's like, oh, you know, you don't have excellent local infrastructure for dealing with floods? Skill issue. Have you considered simply falling in love with someone who happens to live in a country with a government that takes infrastructure extremely seriously? And thus being able to move there casually. Get good, scrub. Get good. Okay. Did we open one of these? I don't remember if we finished these already or if this is the last one and we haven't yet. Okay, we haven't hit this one. This is presumably the last switch in the dungeon. That would be my assumption. We're going to go ahead and save. And as long as we're ahead of 7, we're fine. We could do maps. We could do maps. I do want to just finish the game, though, I think. I think that I am going to simply complete the game, rather than do a Might and Magic 6 map to get the bolster level up. It would be fun and amusing, though. So it is tempting. Maybe when we get to Might and Magic 6 being the thing, we do a map for Might and Magic 6. People have been demanding that I do maps for a time. It has been a considerable time that people have been like, you know, you could do a map today. Alright. Where does one serve to pay? Is not free to leave. Okay. What is there when you enter a room? Can't be outside, though you leave the door open. What is... Indeed. For some reason, I feel like the answer to this is inside, but that doesn't really make much sense. I think I'm just remembering that. It would also be weird to have outside be in the riddle. I'm gonna go with inside. Okay, nailed it. Yeah, I think I just remembered that. I remember giving this riddle to a teacher of mine in high school, and she was very annoyed because she's like, "An egg is in a box. A box has to be square," and I'm like, "No, it doesn't. Look at the dictionary." She's like, "See, it says usually, you know, like square with hinges," and I said, "You see that word, usually?" The word usually there. GG. G and also G. Why do we have a pit thing? We don't need this. Okay, we're getting rid of this so that we can come back here. How are we doing? We still got puttering to do. Look, she had a point. She had a point, but the thing with riddles is that riddles are supposed to be a little bullshit. I'm just gonna say, if a riddle doesn't make the person who is hearing the answer a little bit annoyed because they're like, that doesn't quite work, then I don't know. I think you're doing it wrong. I think you're doing it wrong. The vagaries of language are many. You know? Because the thing is that the door is open, but you cannot be outside if you are inside. It doesn't matter whether the door is open. You can't be outside and inside at the same time, unless you are. And except in the cases where it's perfectly reasonable to be outside and inside. So, like, if I go out to a park, I am inside my shirt, right? One could argue that I'm inside a park. The one would typically just say in a park. They wouldn't say inside a park. That would be an unusual. That would be unusual. But you could. But you could. Because as we've established, the vagaries of language are many. I should probably make myself immune to physical attacks. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish this. And then we're probably going to die to this, actually. This is probably going to kill us, but yeah, it did. We're going to finish this, and then whenever we get the thing that says time to go to Might and Magic 6,
Let's investigate.
we will do a Might and Magic 6 map just for the shits and giggles. I am curious if this will work at okay if I get a better setup. See, exactly. It's a good riddle because it makes you mad when you solve it. That's how you know. Yes, you cannot simultaneously be inside and outside a space that is defined as one or the other within a specific context. So you can be inside one relative region of space and outside another relative region of space at the same time. However, within a given frame of reference, you can't be both in and out of it. Unless you're a subatomic particle or, I don't know, like Billy Joel or something. Now, I don't remember who Billy Joel is, but they can probably be both inside and outside at the same time. Are they a musician? Probably a musician, because I don't actually know who they are. And if I know a person's name but don't know who they are, they're probably a musician.
I love the taste of blood.
That's certainly one interpretation.
You see, it was a mistake.
Oh, that's the exit. I was thinking I could use that. I shouldn't have reloaded. We should have tried to clear. It would have been funny. I would have died in the next second, but you know, y'all are really making me work for it, huh? Okay. So the optimal strategy is probably to just wipe the initial pack here, unless there's a boss in it, in which case we're going to have to do something more fancy. And then try to like single pull other packs like this, maybe. It looks like we're pulling that whole section on its own. That was it. Let's go to the other side of this. Why would that help? Okay. Okay, we just pulled 2 packs. Oh yeah, there are enemies back there, I forgot. Okay, is that a boss dragon? No, we're fine, right? Everything is fine. Okay, we have enemies over there. There's a switch here. Oh, there's a switch right where we start? Oh, maybe that switch opens up that front thing in front of me and I can just kill them. Or maybe I don't bother because I can walk up and kill everything by just using there. Oh, I didn't aggro anybody else. Oh, baby.
Okay.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Trust the plan. It worked! And this will allow us to leave as well. So if there's a boss inside this room that we're not hitting right now, it's all fine. Okay, we missed now, so now we need to move. Okay, I need you all to... There we go. Did you? No. Immolation's hitting them, but it's weird. Wait, why did that hit so hard? That immolation hit for 141,000. Why is immolation hitting so hard? I assume that means that there's a boss involved? Immolation isn't just hitting that hard because it's getting confused and hitting every enemy in the zone or something, right? Ooh. Oh! So I think that Spirit Lash technically has even less range than Immolation, which is very funny. Okay. Oh, but I think we have them all. I think we have this entire pack.
We got that one.
And this is a boss! Oh, I'm so happy. This is a big pack, too. Like, this is actually a lot of enemies in just this pack. Like, it was way more than I thought it was. We get in there. Okay. It'll go down soon. TM. There we go. We got it. Okay, so we do need to save the game. If I had to guess, I would assume there's probably only one boss in play. I don't think there's a ton of enemies in this zone. So, dungeon completed! We're in the green! Let's go. Okay. Bolster level in Might and Magic 6 is high enough. The great thing is that we don't actually have to go to Might and Magic 6 to go in, because all we need to do is just hit the map. I'm going to try to do, like, a really tiny map. That's my intention here, is we're just going to do a really little map. Something short, sweet, something that'll be fun. So fun to play with. What level are these? How do I open you? Does it open from the other side or something? Also, something that doesn't have a ton of loot in it would be nice. Huh, what did that switch hit? What did the switch do? Huh. Okay, the button can't be pressed again. Do I have to step on these? I think this just kills me, right? No, this opens it. Oh, okay. Oh, but that doesn't help me at all. That's not where I need to be. Oh, one of these is the actual... Okay, there we go. I must go, farewell. There we go. Gotcha. Okay, did we get a bunch of EXP for that? We sure did. Okay, so we're gonna save this. Save this under dungeon. How are we doing on loot? We're doing fine. We've got so much space for loot. Don't look at this inventory. It's fine. We don't need to worry about this one. Okay, this is fine. Everything's great. We're saving the game. We are going to look at our maps. We have a Temple of Ba map. That could be funny. Red Dwarf Mines. Monsters reflect 10% of physical damage. Plane of Water. I'm now realizing that I have to... Is the Red Dwarf Mines in Might and Magic 6? Temple of Light, Erathian Sewers. I think this is Might and Magic 6.
Where is the enemy?
No. This is the Might Magic 7 version. We're not doing this. Okay. Do we have any other maps? Because I would like to not have to do... We'll do the Temple of Ba. Okay, which temple is this?
Yeah, great.
This temple. This is the temple we're going with? That's fine. That's fine. We can clear this fast. It's Jin! Of course it is! Of course it's Jin. We're not doing that map. It's too big and open for me to kill a bunch of Jin in that map. Let's see. That was funny though. Erathian Sewers is the wrong sewers. I have multiple copies of the Erathian Sewers. Let's go to Stone City and pop over to, because we do need to do 7 as well, right? So 7 needs to be done before. Yeah, so we're in the right place now. We wouldn't be going back there anyway. Let's go to Harmondale because we're going to go take a look at our maps that we have sitting upstairs. Because we have like a whole bookcase full of maps. Or a chest full of maps. I don't remember what we have full of maps. It's fine. Okay, we have Tularian Caves, Snurgle's Iron Mines. This is not a bad one. I like the idea of doing this, actually. Hermit's Isle. How much food do we have? We have 17 food. That's probably plenty, right? Let's do it.
Where is the
Oh, this is not the place that I thought it was gonna be. That's fine. Okay. So what the fuck noise am I hearing? Can I get you to come to the corner here? Warden of Fire. So this is fire elementals. Not hitting very hard. Okay. Okay, there we go. Those are the hits we're looking for. Okay. So we're getting 5% done without even opening the first door. Unfortunately, there probably are more enemies in here in just this room that I'm not noticing yet. That being said, there's a lot of closed doors in this dungeon, so I don't know how strong the enemies are going to be. I think these elementals are probably the elementals from either 7 or 8, which means that they probably have fireballs. I don't think the ones in 6 have... They almost have to be the ones... Actually, what were the other ones called? We didn't see any, like, beasts or anything, right? I guess we didn't see any names other than the others. I'm just gonna open the door and call it a... Let's just open the door, see what happens. These are not the ones from 6. Guardian of Flame. Things go a little bit faster if you... what the hell just happened?
ready to use?
Oh, are we... Okay, we finished the first room. There's going to be enemies that spawn in here. There's no enemies in that room, I don't think. Okay, we need to... If we're going to open this door, we have to do it with... Okay, there's a mixture of elementals and lizards in here. So, I completely blanked. I obviously needed to use telekinesis in the corner there. That was easily manageable as a pack if I had done things correctly.
Investigate.
We still could have gotten the big, like, initial hit out. Oh, shit. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. A bunch of enemies that I didn't aggro the first time just aggro and attack me.
I love these.
Oh, why do you have Spirit Lash still? Okay, don't worry about it.
Ready.
Ready to use.
Yeah, I'll give it a few attempts. I do think that we should not spend the rest of the day dicking around in a level 300 dungeon. Unfortunately, we did just. Oh, that's why. That makes sense. That is very comprehensible, actually. I shot a thing down it. Unfortunately, it happened to hit Cassowary, so we'll give it another shot. I'm actually going to go for those first. That seems to be a boss. I do have you on the wrong thing. I actually will set you to Prismatic Light. You can go to this. How are the rest of you still alive? Oh god. How much HP do you have? You only have 268,000 HP, which isn't that much.
Ready to.
It's not that much HP.
Okay.
It's just like a lot of HP. Oh, we have wisps!
Let's
Oh! Okay, we're gonna try to clear out the initial pack here without the... If we fail to kill these without the wisps, then we'll summon the wisps immediately. I think I just blocked like 5 projectiles using that tiny barrier. I can't believe that worked. This tiny stick blocked so many attacks. Hello, friend. You look like someone who is very susceptible. Okay, like every single door is... They're all closed doors. Oh, this is interesting. We might actually... This might be very feasible. We need to get to a good point that we can save. We can get them to just lock in here. Is there a leech nearby? There's a leech somewhere in this vicinity, I think. Alright, let's swap back to this.
Ready to use.
Unfortunately, the others are not also going to rotate to me here, which would be very nice. I don't want to do it this way. I'm feeling lazy. We're going to switch to this.
Okay.
And we're casting Summon Wisp. And we might even allow them to die without reloading.
Ready.
I might be that, like, ridiculous at this point. We might be going... Oh my god, the fireball! Because the wisp was moving backward, the fireball tagged me. That's pretty funny. Okay. I think we're gonna just kill the first group of enemies and immediately save. Once we've got these cleared, we save the game to lock in. You know what? I actually don't think I'm gonna do that. Instead, I'm gonna open this door. And we're gonna wait until I can do what I want to do here. Fuck, I went so far around that corner, I did not need to walk that far around. That's the wrong character. Wait, can you not easily get out? I know you can get out technically, I've seen you do it. Like, I know you can come out here. We're gonna swap you to Light Bolt. Because that's what we're gonna need. Okay, there we go. We're at 9%. I think this is gonna work fine. Ah! I thought you were dead! He's actually backed up enough so that he dodged my fireball. It is funny that we're hitting 2 of them in 2 different areas. If we miss the first one, we hit the one in the back corner there. Which is kind of fun. Okay, so take that pot shot. There's actually quite a few in that corner. Okay, cleared that. And do we want to save? No, let's just save it. I think that this is fun. We're going to save this. We have 3 saves once we have gotten the grain. I'm glad that we saved. Those fireballs hit pretty far away. Those fireballs do be fireball. Let's see. I could just implosion you, Death. Okay, I can just cast in 1 implosion to do that, so that's pretty efficient. Oh god. Too close to the wall. Yeah, the fire elementals are rough. We might actually... You know, I'm gonna try... I guess it doesn't really matter. The fire elementals I might actually be best off clearing through the wall whenever possible. Because they really do hit around corners very effectively with those fireballs. And a single fireball is like a guaranteed kill, because these are not like level 250 like the devils were. These are level 350. They are going to kill me if they hit them. Oh god. Why are you still alive? Please stop being alive. Okay, that was toast. We're up to 18% now. Luckily, we do now have enough damage that it's not, like, unreasonable to, like, win a death race. Where, like, my projectiles... If my projectiles hit them before they get the attack off, I can, in theory, get a kill off of that without dying. It's not a good idea for me to be playing chicken. Right, it's never a good idea to play chicken, but... Shit. I was inattentive for a second and almost paid with my life. I don't want to be over there. Okay. Shit. Okay. We need to get a nice line of fire on them. Okay, that worked fairly well. Okay, that one's toast. We now have them exclusively on one side, and we have a nice clean angle on them as long as they're not approaching me right now. I think that's every elemental in the room. That's every elemental in the room. Nice. So, now we have another big room in front of us. I think we go this way. I don't believe this has anything in it. I don't think there's any enemies in this room. So, now we have this room, which we established is absolutely chock full of fire elementals and lizards. So the question is whether this switch is good enough to get the job done, or if the better solution is to try to shoot something from down here. I'm going to try to use this corridor. Look at that. This is a beautiful kill floor.
Who wants some? Who wants some?
Oh boy. That is it. That is the way. We're periodically missing with some of our shots, but these things don't have that much HP anymore, you know? Like we can clear these, no problem. This is going to work fine. Okay. So we're clearing this. We do still have an angle, so we can just keep doing this. We're only hitting one target, so I presume there's just the one left. We're only hitting it with Rock Blast, we're not hitting it with the Toxic Clouds. How much HP do you have, friend? You're so close to dead. I'm not going to try to do anything fancy. Unfortunately, we have moved now. There we go. So we have an angle, and it's an angle for the Toxic Cloud, which is way better. We're in the green! So, we can go over here, we can invis, we can save the game under dungeon, and we now just need to clear this place before we need 2 more saves, which I think is very doable. Like, okay. That's toast. And we are actually going to walk over here and invis again. We're not going to hit the switch in here yet, because the switch in here activates and causes some enemies to get summoned, and I don't want to summon them right now, even though they'll be fairly easy to kill, because I just don't want to deal with any ads at this exact moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn down our mouse sensitivity accidentally, and then get out of here, and then... as long as they're just going to stay stuck in that door, we will... Now my goal is to get an angle where I'm actually shooting into the room if I miss the ones at the door. That's the preference here. That got into them. Unfortunately, it's not working. Even though it should be. See, that should be causing them to get hit, but it's not because of bugs. Always blame the bunny. Do we have an angle of you? It's just one ward and a fire, easy to get a quick shot onto. Okay, that was dangerous. But we've now got them trapped in this location. There we go. Easy, easy. Alright, we're getting to probably close to 40% from this pack. There's at least 2, potentially maybe 4 enemies. My guess is... my guess is maybe 4. I think I just saw, like, a hit for over 60k. I'm not going to hit you with that one, except under rare circumstances. We are now in the green. We can cast Invis. And we're not going to even enter that room. So, we've got the dungeon 38% of the way cleared. I think we save here. I think that this is a nice, convenient place to save. We've cleared out a very large percentage of the enemies in the dungeon. Why am I in the... okay. We're going to save this. We have 1 save left, which is probably not the optimal way to have handled this, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to pop over here. Got the tag there. We can shoot into the room. It is an elemental. Fuck. Is it dead? It's dead. Okay. So, we're gonna go invis. And we're going to check out the next group. I'm hoping that we can now just save over here. Because we did kill, yes, we killed the thing that was the closest to us from here. So we're going to just start expanding the zone from here. But yeah, I have definitely saved more times than is necessarily comfortable. %. So we're getting about 0.5% per enemy cleared.
Next.
Okay, we go invis again. I do think that this is fairly safe, and if we can get up to 65%, we can just walk outside, and it will remain this when we come back inside. So we're not going to get up to 100% on our initial entry here, but that's okay. We're not going to do anything super fancy here. Hello. And as long as they're willing to hang out in that corner, I can just spam. And if they stop being willing to hang out in that corner, the fact that I'm spamming will mean that there's a decent chance they die before they do whatever bullshit they intend to do to me. Alright, there's a thing at the end of the hallway here, which I was thinking is going to be a concern, but then I realized, wait, I can just cast Invis. Okay. Cool. Okay. Sure. I don't know what she was saying. Something about falling in love with me. That's fine. You know, I'm used to it. It's, you know, story of my life. Story of my life. Not so much.
It won't be any trouble.
Not so much. But people do tend to have fairly strong opinions of me. I am the kind of person that, you know... Is that true? I guess that's not true. There's like a few people that like actively dislike me. I don't think that it's very common. Like I don't generally meet friends of friends and have those friends of friends go, "Oh, that asshole." That's a fairly uncommon response to meeting me, I think. It happened like once. It happened once. God, people always do be trying to pull you into drama. It was very funny, like a long time ago, there was someone who was sort of like marrying into the social group, and like, for whatever reason, they just didn't like me, right? Very much. And they never made an issue of it with me. They never were, like, mean to me or rude to me or, like, anything like that. It was, like, a complete non-issue from my perspective. But then the way that I find out about this is that some other, like, friend is, like, telling me, oh, you know, so-and-so, you know, doesn't like you, and, you know, I'm trying to defend your honor. And I'm like, man, I don't need people to defend my honor. I don't give a shit. People don't have to like me. It's fine. It's fine, actually. Like, it's preferable if my friends' spouses like me, but that's my responsibility. That's not their responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, it's nobody's responsibility to like you. It's your responsibility to be like, okay, well, do I care if this person likes me? And if so, then I should figure out what is, you know, the source of this and deal with it. And, you know, this was many years ago. This was, like, over a decade ago. So, like, that second part of it I was not necessarily saying at the time, but it is, like, just the truth of, like, yeah, I mean... Anyway, it was very funny, because it's like, you know... Apparently there was, like, a whole lot of drama going on behind the scenes because of this, and I'm just like, man, why? Like, who cares? And the reason why is because people didn't like the person. Like, the person was not, like, the fact that they didn't like me, right, was, like, the casus belli, but, like, let's be clear here, that I don't think that was, like, the thing, you know? That was, like, the final straw or whatever. Or maybe it was the justification they were using to try to get me involved. That it might be that too. That it might have just been them trying to get me involved. Anyway, I was uninvolved, and then, you know, I told people to cool out, and then things, whatever happened, happened. I don't remember. I'm not, look, I will not, there was a lot of drama involved in that particular relationship. I don't know exactly what happened, but, like, it was not exactly a, it was not successful, shall we say. That was not a successful scenario. And I'm not going to say who was to blame for anything, because I do not know, because I was completely uninvolved. I did not ask questions. It's like, oh, okay, it's unfortunate that didn't work out for everyone involved. This is like, you know, people that you're kind of like, why can't I walk through this door very easily? That's going to kill me at some point. Oh. Get some water elementals here. Instead of the demons. The, yeah, point being, like, hey, if people don't get, because the thing that's important is that that when things went to shit with that, it was not tied to that. It was like years later or whatever, right? I was on good terms with everyone, because it turns out that if someone doesn't like you and then you're nothing but pleasant to them in future meetings, like, they'll generally come around because you're just not being a dick. But, like, if someone, you know, meets you and then, you know, privately tells someone, man, that guy kind of seemed like an arrogant piece of shit, right? And then you get angry and entitled and act like an arrogant piece of shit. That probably isn't going to work out super great for you, and people will they'll be like, "Ah, yes, my thoughts have been reinforced by your behaviors." So be chill and good with people. That's the solution to your problems. Is just be chill. And if people don't like you, then, I mean, that's unfortunate. And I do mean that. Like, it is unfortunate. It's not like a, oh, well, that's their problem if they don't like me. It's a, oh, well, that's too bad, but I don't... That's not actionable. It's not even that I don't care. It's that it's like, oh, well, that's not really actionable by me. Whoa, Jesus! I didn't realize the door opens! Why the door open? Door not supposed to open. Door's supposed to stay shut so that I can hit you with Spirit Lash. Rude! fucking baited. Yeah, it is actually very common for people to meet me for the first time and think that I am an arrogant piece of shit. That is actually a very common thing that people have when they first meet me. And I think that part of it is that I'm incredibly full of myself. So that is part of it, okay? But see, the thing is that I'm full of myself in a fun way. See, the thing is... But no, like, my sense of humor and a variety of things, like, lend people toward thinking, oh, okay. Look, I have said on many occasions that people who share my interests, it's like a red flag to share my interests, okay? And similarly, there's a lot of people that kind of sound a decent bit like me who are just kind of assholes, right? And that's fine. That's fine. Now, could I alter my language strategy and my personal strategies to make myself come off as less of a prick? I mean, who can say? Who can say what is possible in this wild, crazy world of ours? Who can say? Certainly not me. I cannot say whether such a thing is even possible. However, I will also say that you don't... Just because you come off wrong on first meeting with people, and I do think that it's wrong because of the fact that, generally speaking, people who have had that initial impression of me have come around later and been like, oh, actually, I actually disagree fundamentally with the interpretation that I had when I first met you. But the... I don't think that if your style of communication does not lend itself to easy initial interpretation, that necessarily means that you need to change anything at all. I actually think it's fine to sometimes come off as someone is thinking oh, this person's probably a dick. It's never fine to just be a dick, right? Like, for people to think you're a dick because you're being a dick to them and being mean to them. Like, that, there's a difference between someone's perception of you as, this is the kind of person who is going to say other things that they're not currently saying, but to give off the impression of dickishness, as opposed to just being a dick. Those are different things. And I give off the impression of being a dick, as opposed to just, being one. This is my understanding. I haven't had anyone come to me with actionable complaints about my behavior. They've just gotten the vibe of okay, this person might be dick. And bear in mind, that's also from 15 years ago. I have not had anyone, to my knowledge, who I have met anytime recently, who has come off with that impression. So part of it's just being, 20 or whatever. That's certainly a component. I just realized that I'm 83% done. When was the last time I saved? Did I save after I got 65%? Am I fully just taking risks for the sake of taking risks while there's like a fucking boss in this dungeon? Or in this room, rather? It's fine. Yeah, just be yourself. Unless yourself is an asshole, in which case, change yourself and be something else. 1 second. Just realized when I got up to get a drink that we're also getting up to do something else. We're moving the laundry over. We're getting the towels cleaned. And starting up the sheets, I guess. We doing a chair stream today. That's what we doing. I'm back. Usually I would put up the BRB thing, but I thought I was just getting a drink, which would take like seconds, and then I'm like, wait a second, I should switch. I should move over the laundry. I said I was gonna do it, so let's do it. Oh shit, I shouldn't be moving. We want to be in this exact position so that we do not stop hitting it or have it move, because we don't want it moving. Do we double speed? Let's double speed. Okay, so that's interesting. So sometimes it goes a little wonky, and sometimes it shoots normal. If I move a little bit to the right, will this just work consistently now, because I'm no longer hitting the wall? I think I was hitting the wall. Nope, I'm not. I don't know what's going on there. For some reason it's periodically shooting like that instead, and it feels like it is doing that because it's hitting this wall. Move a little bit further. Oh, both of them are hitting. Okay, we'll just hold S. Don't have a ton of DPS here, but it's probably fine. We're gonna have the bulk of the dungeon cleared from this. It is taking a while. This is taking a lot longer than I'd expect for a fixator. Like, if this was Regenerator, sure, but like, holy shit. Because we're hitting for like 60k. Okay, we are in the green. We can invis, and let's just walk back to the entrance and go walk outside and save. I think that's the way to handle this. We're not going to get it to 100% without saving. That would be irresponsible. So we're just going to walk over here, And we will get this done. How are we doing on EXP, by the way? Holy shit, that EXP! Imagine getting that much experience for doing things. Do I want to pick up food? Oh, I don't need to. We're fine. Because we'll have the food inside as well. Okay, we have plenty of food. Okay, so this is the cell key, which we need. That also aggroed the thing. So we now have a new set of enemies that has popped up. We can kill those. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be earth elementals and maybe some dwarves, because they replaced the demons in here with earth elementals. So the things that spawn in as what they originally were. They don't spawn as the new types. They do spawn at the correct level, though. This is still a level 300 dungeon. I believe it's only the one elemental that spawns there. So that is a scouring pearl, and we've now cleared out this portion of the dungeon. So that's done. We're going to just start rotating through and looting everything. I have a suspicion that all of the enemies that we have left are going to be in the cells. Oh, there's a bunch of food in here? Oh. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh my goodness, we have so many saves in here. I didn't realize that this was a dungeon that just gives you shit tons of food. Okay, cool beans. What about you? You're empty. Okay. Whew. So. Is that this whole thing? I think that might be that whole side. I think each of these sides might just be one chest, unfortunately.
No room.
Alright. All set there. Can move on. And that.
I have too much. No room.
Garbage. And we have about 40 minutes left. So, you know, is Toja Cat still in here? I'm feeling like maybe I show just how. No, we're gonna start 10 minutes. We're gonna start 10 minutes early tomorrow, and we're gonna show either. I think I'm probably gonna try to get out of the tutorial today, actually. So we're probably not gonna show anything in Genshin, because the only thing I would want to show is that the game locked me into this tutorial, and I think it's funny. Or the absolute monstrous number of clones of Simpali Rudolph we have in our veteran Musume's list, which I think is very funny. But we'll do that in the pre-show tomorrow. That's what we'll do. That's what the Gachapocalypse is going to look like, is me just getting off my ass and starting stream 10 minutes early. Probably. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. I could also stream completely off time for that kind of stuff if I wanted. I could just do whatever the hell I wanted. I could stream Genshin after we finish this stream. Except I have a shit ton of housework I need to catch up on because I've fallen behind on housework. So no, I won't be doing that. But I could. We can do whatever the hell we want. It's the Gachapocalypse. We can do anything. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and save, because we just invested a ton of time and energy that it would be nice to not waste by instantaneously getting ourselves blown up by a fire elemental. So let's save the game, invis, do all that jazz. Inventory 4 is the one that had the key, I think. So am I in the right inventory 4? Inventory 4 is the right one. Hey! Thanks for Snurgle's key again. Hope everything's going fine with Rockland. There was a lot of enemies in this room, actually. This is a very jam-packed room. Look at that. 21 enemies? Holy shit. That was a lot of enemies in that room. God damn. Alright, we're gonna go save. Gonna go invis and save for the fire elemental room. Because we know there's a lot of elementals in that room. Because we still have like 5%, and I think it's only that cell that we have anything in. So that's presumably just gonna be a metric fuck ton of fire elementals. We'll also see how much EXP we get out of this. When we finish. I don't know why I just looted everything right before opening that door. That's very dangerous.
No room.
This is a great strategy. Let's do a bunch of inventory management and then pick a very hard fight.
I have too much.
That's a good idea. I'm going to actually go save again after I clear this, just because I've wasted too much time now to not just lean into it.
I have too much.
Really? It's another hole.
I have too much. No room.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I didn't need another row.
No room.
I just had too many items in total. Okay, there we go. There we go. But yeah, I do think I enjoy the dynamic. See, the thing is that before, I would either do something on stream or just not really talk about it on stream. And I feel like I enjoy the idea of having a bunch of shit I'm doing off stream and then just using it as fodder to talk about. Because a lot of the time when I'm doing, like... Oh, those are not elementals at all. A lot of times when I'm doing a game like this, like, there's later on in the game, there's not really that much to talk about, right? Like, in terms of, like, the game itself. Like, I have to be talking about something else. And it's like, I could talk about, you know, the intrinsic contradictions within capitalism or whatever all day, but like, there, you know, don't want to do that every stream. It's like with violent video games. Look, I'm fine with 90% of my video game play to be violent. I'm happy with 90% of my commentary to be about how shitty capitalism is. I'm happy, but I would like to talk about something else periodically. Periodically. No, I mean, hey, look, on the plus side, you know, as capitalism is collapsing on like on a global scale and being replaced with fascism, like we do have the advantage that it means that I won't have to be shit talking capitalism all the time anymore. I'll be like, oh, fascism, look how shitty that is. Because I enjoy stuff like thinking about like the dynamics of. For some reason, I think of like game genre very differently than most people. Like people think of like the Dark Souls series and like the things they fixate on are to me kind of like almost like window dressing rather than like the thing that they're doing. Like the primary thing that a Dark Souls game is an over-the-shoulder, like, stabbing people with a sword style action game, like a la Devil May Cry or God of War or all of these things. But where God of War and Devil May Cry have leaned into the speed aspect of it, like Dark Souls is methodical, right? So like they're all the same genre. It's just a matter of like what is the thing that you're highlighting about the combat between the two of them. And they have very different vibes to them as a result of that, but mechanically they're very similar games. They're very similar games from like a pure like what kind of inputs are you making and like honestly, like, to a degree, even, like, what are the decisions that go into making them, right? And because it's a lot about timing and doing this, that, or the other thing, but, like, with Devil May Cry, it's mostly timing for your attacks to, like, get the rhythm going, to do juggling and doing this, that, or the other thing. I'm bad at Devil May Cry, to be clear. But, like, that's the dynamic for that series, right? And the funny thing is that the Devil May Cry series was even famously difficult at the time. Like, it's not even like, oh, well, but Dark Souls is famously hard. It's like, Devil May Cry was, like, famously difficult. Like, I feel like most people who played Devil May Cry and Devil May Cry 2, or not 2, nobody played 2, but Devil May Cry 3, nobody finished those games, right? Like, I finished Devil May Cry 1 years and years later, but I don't think the person who owned the game ever finished it, right? Like, when I was playing it as a kid, I was playing on someone else's copy, right? And then as an adult, I got the game again. I don't even know what platform it was on. It was probably like on PS3 or something. And I actually finished the game. But that was like as an adult, not as like the target audience, right? So, though I guess it was probably like an adults-only game, now that I think about it. I don't even know. Anyway, I like talking about like genre and things like that because I just find it interesting. Like I've done a lot of games in a lot of different genres, and the way that I think about it, I like to talk about it with other people. We're going where? We need to go somewhere. We're going to 7 again. So, what time is it? It's time to pop over to Stone City, which, can we save here? We can, we're at 100%. I think we save here? Can we? I'm not actually sure that we can, but that's fine. We'll find out. I think we can save here. Save under caster save. Yes, we can. Perfect. So,
Best armor money can buy.
Armorsmith, anything shiny. There's a pretty decent chance of having found something shiny in that place. It is like a level 300 some dungeon. So,
We don't need it.
though, in terms of loot, there isn't really that much that we need. I think we need a good shield. And any item slot, if it's a legendary, it could be very interesting and useful for us, but no guarantees.
I like this bauble.
I love this bauble, actually.
Leave it.
But actually, though,
Leave it. Worthless.
Gloamin' Mail.
This is useful.
Atlas. Right, we just got a shit ton of stuff. Oh man, Hands of the Master. Imagine if we had like an actual character that can use those. Because that's
This
pretty
is
good.
useful.
Got Poseidon. And the rest of its weapons. So.
We don't need it. This item's weak. We don't need it. We don't need it. This item's weak. This item's weak. We don't need it. This item's weak.
You know, we haven't found like a fancy
We don't
hat,
need
have
it.
we?
This item's weak. This item's
No,
weak.
now that I think
don't
about it,
need This item's weak.
we got another focal ring.
This item's weak.
Got another copy of Fleet Fingers.
This
Got
item's
another copy of MASH.
We don't need it.
The number of copies of all these
Jump.
all these artifacts is very funny. Okay.
Jump. Jump. Jump.
Yes.
The lucky hat.
Jump. Jump.
And
Jump. Jump.
anything that we need.
Jump.
Not that I can see.
Goodbye. Come back soon. Looking for something special?
So have we sold most of our weapons yet? No, we haven't.
Jump.
Okay.
Jump. Jump.
Junk.
Jump.
This item's weak. This item's weak. We don't need it. We don't need it.
Okay.
Worthless.
Those are all artifacts.
Leave it. Worthless.
We will eventually
We don't need it.
run out of
This
space
item's weak. We don't
because of
need
the
it. We
artifacts
don't need it.
again.
This item's
If
weak.
things
This
continue
item's weak.
along this trajectory.
We don't need it. This item's weak.
Jump.
Oh! Interesting. That has a very high amount of value on that
Thank you.
enchant. This would be more than what we've got on our
This
current
item's
one.
weak.
I don't think I need to worry about it though. It's not that much more, and it's not legendary.
Looking
So
for something special? Thank you.
that's that. Okay, let's go to the magic shop, which I think is this store here. No, that's the alchemist. It's fine. Close
Tell
enough
me
here.
what's your name.
I need things.
Jump.
Do you have
Jump.
things?
Jump.
Specifically, I need things sold.
Jump.
I think somebody
Jump.
might not have that.
Jump. Jump.
Because I have 2 characters that can learn that, I think. Actually, I know that I have 2 characters that can learn that. So. Okay, they both have it looks like.
Tell me what you need.
We don't need it. This item is weak. This item is weak. We don't need it. This item is weak. We
Let's
don't need
see.
it.
We do need to think about what we're going to do for the next melee run. I might...
Leave it.
end up doing something fancy. We're going to see... the thing is that I was thinking about doing like a 4 Minotaur run.
This item's weak. We don't need it.
And I don't remember the specific details of how I was going to do it.
This item's weak.
But
This item.
it was going to be
This item's weak.
a gloriously ridiculous grouping. And because I think I was going to use a ranger.
We don't need it.
Maybe not. I don't remember the specific details of what I was going to bring, but I was going to bring some nonsense to the table. Okay, rude. Okay, I cannot right-click this in this menu. Oh, you are breaking now. Oh, that's concern.
Thank you.
This is concerning. I'm going to reload to this and see if it keeps breaking. Okay, don't right-click on... Oh, never mind. I can't right-click on this at all. Okay, good to know. So, my my shared life ring that I was given by Thinger is breaking the... Okay, I guess I should... God, what's her name? What is her name, friend? Okay, we need to load. And then, where's our glowing red orb? Sorry, I'm filing a bug report quick. I'm just getting like an error code whenever. Verdant. Okay, bug report filed. So we're going to reload. I don't need to talk to Verdant right now, so there's no reason to put that thing on cooldown.
Tell
So,
me what you need.
that means that we are selling you... Unfortunately, we have like a bunch of stuff that we need to recheck. I don't remember not selling anything, like having any things that I didn't immediately sell, but...
This item is weak. This item is weak. This item is weak. We don't need
But I
it.
also don't know that I actually fully cleared my inventory either, so... So, is that the item in question?
Thank you. Tell me what you need.
Worthless.
No, this is a different one.
We don't need it. This item's weak. We don't need it. This item's weak. We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. This item's weak.
Okay. This is normal sapphire, not a crafting sapphire. You know, imagine the life I could lead if I just sold artifacts and shit.
Jump. Jump.
Should I do a run where... Fuck me. Okay, we're gonna check what happens if I save under caster nonsense and reload. Caster nonsense. Okay, it's still happening. Yes. So we're reloading caster save. We are not. I didn't. I for some reason I thought that the item was in a mostly empty inventory. Okay. So bum bum. Okay, that's the item there.
Jump. Jump.
Alright,
Thank you.
we're saving the game. We're actually going to sort our inventory. And let's see here. What are we going to do for the last few
I have
minutes?
too much.
Guess I think we've finished doing
I have
the
too much.
inventory stuff that we need to do for now. I could probably work on my gear a little bit, if I wanted to. Bolster level in 7 is the highest level. I'm not going to start up the Thanger today, Land of the Giants. I'm not going to start that up today. I'll do that tomorrow. We have 9 levels stockpiled, so yeah, what we can do is we can pop over to Nyon, where I believe we can... No, we can't do Nyon. Let's go to Celeste. It's the wrong time of day. So we're heading to Celeste for training. We will train up a bunch of times. And
Best training in the brilliant.
we got a shit ton of
Brilliant.
levels
Brilliant.
out of
Brilliant. Brilliant. Brilliant.
the Might and Magic
Brilliant.
6 portion.
Brilliant.
Then we can do what? I guess we can just pump all of these some more. Okay, that's done. Do we just want to pump Dark? I mean, yeah. Just pump Dark, don't worry about it. You can just pump Dragon. You can pump light. I'll just pump light, I don't care. And then you can pump vampire. Done and done. So, we're now going to be hitting a little bit harder, not like a ton harder, but that is that. You know what? Because I need to have something that I'm doing specifically. Otherwise, I don't know what to do for the last 15.
Leave it.
Let's go to a shield store.
Fine armor for sale.
Fine office.
Jump.
Okay.
I
We
hope
do-
I have been of...
We do still have the ability to copy an item. What do I want to do? Just bookend it with showing the Symboli Rudolph's swarm. I don't think so. I think I'm actually just going to end it a little bit early today because we just don't have a thing to really do. We could do a we could do something silly like do the Symboli Rudolph thing, but I think I'd rather just do that tomorrow morning before we start stream. I think that's the appropriate location to put that. So I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I need to figure. I'll figure out something to do when I have like an awkward amount of time at the end of stream. But that's going to be it for today. Later, Rooks.